So then, today is the finale of If It Ain't Stoke, Don't Fix It. Currently the 2nd of May 2020, end of Season 2, playing our last two games, away against Preston and then at home against Wolves. Preston are 20th in the league and Wolves are 11th. But first, let's catch you up on what's happened since that last episode. Firstly was a 1-0 win over Fulham. Abdoulaye Doucouré getting the goal to seal all 3 points. Our only defeat was to West Ham, with Andriy Yarmolenko and Marko Arnautovic getting 2 goals, which we were pretty poor in. Adrian Mariappa also picking up a knock. Next game was a 1-0 win over Aston Villa. Ryan Shawcross header towards the back post. A couple of yellow cards, a couple of injuries in this one. Not really a game for the attackers, more of a game for the defenders. Anyway, after that was a definite game for the attackers, and Benik Afobe, 1, 2, 3, 4 goals. Benik Afobe on 8th minute on the 86th. Just after the 85th minute, he's got a hat-trick alone. And Tom Ince with another one, with Pascal Gross getting the consolation goal for Brighton, who I think are pretty much relegated. I'll show the league table at the end of the season. And here we are, next game against Tottenham, a 2-0 win. They didn't exactly deserve to win the game by the stats, but Tottenham didn't create any chances of any note. Digger Dalot played it really well. I think he got assists for at least one of the goals. Benik Afobe and Tom Ince getting both the goals in a 2-0 win over Tottenham. I'm very proud of that. So anyway, this is a squad to be played against Preston. Tammy Abraham up front. Just behind him, Tahith Chong, Andreas Pereira and Tom Ince. 2 defensive midfielders on as Ryan Woods and Abdoulaye Doucouré. A back four of Josh Tymon, Axel Tuanzebe, Jamal Lascelles and Diego Dalot, with Dean Henderson in net. It's I think it's a Saturday 12:45. It's definitely the 12:40. Yeah, Saturday 12:45. Early kickoff usually means the players might be half still in bed, but let's hope the Preston players are in bed. Our players are well up for it. Anyway, let's get into this game. Tammy Abraham kicks us off. Jamal Lascelles to Woods, back to Tuanzebe. Diego Dalot forward to Tom Ince on this right hand side. He uses on the left foot. Cut by Brown. Back to Brown, just to Josh Harrow, cut out by Pereira. Towards Chong on this left hand side. Lovely to cut in. Towards Tom Ince. Cross for Tammy Abraham. Gets his 4th goal of the season. When I signed him, I was expecting him to play quite a lot. But in the few appearances he has played, before he got his goal, he was pretty awful. But since then, he's been chipping away with some goals for a backup striker to get 4 goals when literally doesn't play is pretty impressive. Dean Henderson with this goal kick now. Short to Josh Tymon. Loves a little short goal kick, does Dean Henderson. He's Chong towards Doucouré, doesn't get there. Sam Clucas, former player, knocks it out. Bit passing around by Preston. Not usually a team to have the ball when we are playing. Do love our bit of possession side. Won it back though. I think it's Doucouré wins it back towards Andreas Pereira to Abraham on this left hand side. Can he get a shot off? No, he's going to square it to Abdoulaye Doucouré, who gets his 3rd goal in I think like 5 games for a defensive midfielder, or someone who I regard as a defensive midfielder. To get that many goals is pretty impressive. Clucas to Clayton to Navarro. Clucas cuts out. Abdoulaye Doucouré might be our record signing, but he is completely awesome. Huntington out to Dalot, cross to Tammy Abraham, who heads, I think it's enough the bar, confirmed from the bottom. That was a hell of a cross. That's what I love about Diego Dalot. He goes down the right hand side and gets some decent assists. Snodgrass free kick just over the bar. Just over the corner towards Jamal Lascelles. Free header, and there it is 4-0. I mean, I'd expect quite a few goals from our team just because we are so dominant in the air, but 2 goals from a centre back is still a decent output. Maxwell towards his right hand side for us. Not sure exactly what he was looking for. Tahith Chong, cross blocked, cross again. Tom Ince with a header. I mean, it's 5-0 and it's not even half time. I actually can't believe it. We've been quite decent at attacking, but this is something else. Probably shouldn't talk about Abdoulaye Doucouré playing well. He's just got himself injured. Dean Henderson with a free kick towards Tammy Abraham, doesn't really get there, but over him. Clucas to, I think it's Ben Woodburn. I haven't really noticed it unless it's just recently got subbed on. To Ince on this right hand side, crossfield ball to Chong, doesn't quite get there. Navarro to Snodgrass. Getting closed down, but puts through. I think that's Raul Jimenez. Lascelles back to Dean Henderson and to Ince on this right hand side. He's running the show, but Sam Clucas is trying his best to not make this embarrassing if it isn't already. Tom Ince towards Andreas Pereira 1-2. Digger Dalot on this right hand side. Can he get himself another assist? Inside to Ince to Brownhill, long shot. Chris Maxwell tips over the bar, corner. And still, we've got a chance for a 6th. And there's Pereira, pretty poor cross. Brownhill into the box. Shoots. I mean, it's a cutting effort, but a bit more of a threat to the fans than Chris Maxwell. Josh Harrop with a free kick for Preston. Lascelles away. McQueen into the box. Stop the cross. Maybe not. Or Josh Harrop's just going to put it into the back of the net. I was thinking of signing him. I did like him when he played against Crystal Palace for his Man United debut and only game, and looks like he's coming to bite me back. Right then, let's get into the second half, get maybe a couple more goals, and don't let Preston back into this. They've already got 1 goal and need to put them back in their place, basically, because they're not very good, especially with that poor ratings by both their wingers and now Raul Jimenez. You can see how good our defenders is by the fact that 3 of their 4 front players are on 6s. Josh Harrop running the show for Preston again. Navarro on this right hand side. Cross to get a second for Preston. Josh Harrop making havoc in the defence and just about get it away. The last couple of seconds, the second half, I think we've just passed the ball around, to be honest. I haven't really seen much chances. Preston probably don't appreciate that, but I think they'll appreciate they're not fully attacking them. Towards Abraham, Andreas Pereira. Need to get him on the score sheet a bit more. Not really producing in terms of goals, but chipping over the assist. Woodburn, shot, deflected, and really takes all the power off it. You are then. Josh Hart free kick should be the last of the game, Clayton. And there is, I do believe, full time. Yeah, there we are. Pretty disappointed that we didn't get a clean sheet, but when a player like Josh Harp's on the pitch, we all know he's a little bit better than Messi. Anyway, send Preston to 20th in the table, and that's the league table. I'll show you properly at the end of the episode, but Abdoulaye Doucouré's out for 67 weeks. It's a bit disappointing, but that's just what happens in football. And now let's play our last game of the series at home against Wolves. Only the small matter of 8 days in between. Here we are then, last game of the episode and the last game of the series at home against Wolves. Here is the final lineup. Dean Henderson in goal. Back four of Diego Dalot, Jamal Lascelles, Axel Tuanzebe and Josh Tymon. Midfield of Josh Brownhill, Ryan Woods, Tom Ince, Andreas Pereira and Tahith Chong, with Tammy Abraham up front. Anyway, let's get into this last home game, 10th of May 2020, and this is where the series ends. Here then, Tammy Abraham kicks us off, and I think it's still called the Britannia Stadium. Corner from Andreas Pereira in towards the box, then Dunker away, Josh Brown into the box towards Tuanzebe, not sure where he was, passed it to a centre back. Tahith Chong, pot shot, inches wide. Rui Patricio with a goal kick, pretty much first chance of the game, pretty much. Nordveit to João Moutinho, back to Nordveit. Cross the ball towards Diego Jota, Diego Dalot cuts out, Brownhill to Woods, back to Brownhill, towards Andreas Pereira to create something. Tom Ince back to Delo has got a couple of assists from this position, and not sure if he's going to get an assist for that one, but I'm going to take that as an assist. Basically, bit in that dangerous area, bit of a mix up between that Wolves defence, and Tammy Abraham puts the loose ball into the back of the Wolves net. Andres Pereira, free kick towards Tammy Abraham again. It was just a flurry of players. It was like 22, well, it was 22 minus 3. Whether that is, they're all in that 18-yard box. And Tammy Abraham, 2 goals, has left us probably... There we are, just while I was making a substitution, Ryan Woods has just put us up 3-0 win. I mean, we literally did nothing for 60 minutes and now we're 3-0 up. I mean, yeah, sure. I'm not sure what he's doing with it. I think he's just wasting time. I mean, there's only a couple of seconds left. I don't really have a problem with it. No, invite Neves Baldock. I actually call him Sam Baldock. He's actually George. Same club that we bought our left back from. Ender Stevens, Jota. I think he signed a new contract for Wolves as well. 4-year deal towards Adama Traore. Only just about gets there. Probably one of the quickest players in the league, but doesn't really have the quick teammates to go with it. Anyway, that is the end of that season. I'll leave you with the league table. And there is the end of the series. There is the league table. Finished 7th. We've actually got a European position. I mean, guaranteed if I didn't do a European position, then if I was managing next season, I don't know why this is so hard to get out, then I definitely wouldn't have qualified for the Europa League. I mean, is the Europa League any good? I mean, I only got 30 million, which is a little bit smaller than I would have expected, but anyway, resign. Yes. Stoke boss resigns. And there we are. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me.